Welcome back to my latest market vlog. So last weekend I did 2 markets in 2 days again. So that was the 28th and 29th of June 2025, and I had no intention of doing 2 markets. I was going to do the Akoonah Park at Berwick on Sunday, and then I booked into Tootgarook Market at the last minute. So I wasn't as worn out after the double market days this weekend, and I'm not sure if it's because I did it last weekend as well, or if it's because I didn't take my marquee, so I didn't have to set up and pack down my marquee, which is probably the most physically strenuous thing. And also on the Saturday, I just pulled up behind my stall, parked, grabbed everything out, so I didn't have to cart anything very far. And the Sunday, the tables were included at Berwick, so that was amazing. So let's get into the vlog, and then at the end, I'll do the market wrap-ups and tell you exactly how much I made both days, how much I spent, whether it's worth it for me, and whether I think I'll do them again. Also, shout out to Maxine, one of my YouTube subscribers who popped down to Berwick on Sunday for a visit. I love meeting you guys. So if you are coming to a market anytime soon and you see me, definitely come and tell me that you subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get into the vlog. In an unexpected turn of events, I'm once again doing 2 markets in 2 days this weekend. So originally I was just doing the Berwick Akoonah Park market on Sunday, but then my auntie the other day, Julie, if you're watching, this is all your fault, she messaged me to say, hey, did you know Tukarok market's on this Saturday, which is a local one to me here on the Mornington Peninsula, and it's on once a month at Tukarok Primary School. I did it twice many years ago. The first time we got completely rained out. I did it with 2 friends. We literally just had to sit in our car for most of the market because it was so wet you couldn't even pack up. And then the second time, I think from memory, I did it just with pre-loved, because this market is you can do pre-loved or handmade. So I'm going to do handmade tomorrow though, just to see. It's my local area, so it's good promotion as well. $30, you can rock up on the day, or you can book in. I've booked in, so I'm on the list. So because I did 2 markets last weekend, I hadn't really got around to unpacking anything because I knew I was going to do Berwick this Sunday. I'm just going through my suitcase now. I sold out of 2 card designs on Sunday at Camberwell, so I'm just going through and restocking my greeting cards. I like to have at least 6 of each design. As these are newly released, it's interesting to see which designs have been most popular. So I've only sold 2 each of that design, and that's my favorite. It's so weird when that happens. 3 of those, I've sold 2 of those and 2 of those, but I've sold out of the other 2, which is my fantastic Kmart laundry area display cabinet. So it must be this one. So that design I'd sold out of, and the other one, which is also my other favorite design, which is that one. I love that one. That's actually basically that painting there, but I removed the deer, which I never finished. I'm going to paint over that and actually do the tablecloth like I've done it here. This was sort of finished on Procreate on my iPad, which is a digital art program which I use all the time. So I'll often start with the physical artwork and then sort of add different details to it. So I really like how this is. If I've got time before Finders Keepers, I'd actually like to sort of finish the physical painting so it's more similar to that, and then potentially try and sell it at Finders Keepers. Eventually, when I add in more card designs, which I will be doing before Life in Style trade show next month, I'm going to get a few of these containers and just have each collection in its own container, and then eventually hopefully I'll have enough wholesale clients that I can have each card design will have its own thing, or I might change to a different storage solution then. These are the envelopes that go with my cards. I try to avoid packaging because I just think it's one less thing that we have to chuck into landfill. With my wholesale customers, I do offer them the option. If they really want packaging, I can do packaging, but my preference is just to have them unpackaged like that. So this is how I take them to markets now. I don't think I've shown before, but with my suitcase, I just sort of pad it with the tablecloths that I use, and I usually take a few extra tablecloths, and if I don't use them, I don't use them, but it's just a nice way to give a bit of extra padding and protection to the breakables. It's 6:45. I just got to Tukarok Market. I wanted to get here at 6:30, but that was literally the easiest market entry process I've had in a long time. I'm right near the entry. This is one where you just drive in with your car. You just park your car behind your stall. Super easy. I rebelled against myself yesterday when I was packing and didn't pack my marquee. So we're going without a marquee today. It looks like it's going to be a nice day, so it'll be fine. So let's get set up.
You just have a little
The middle of winter means it's nowhere near as busy as it normally is, but oh, there's some yummy food stalls, but I did bring my lunch. I've been a good girl today. I had a quick little look around while it was still quiet and found some cute things, but I did not spend any money. Alrighty, it's nearly 8:30. I'm all set up. It's not anywhere near as busy as it has been when I've done this. It's a good one because there's lots of fruit and veggies. There's some yummy bakery stalls. I did bring my lunch today though. I was good. I did not stay at my mum's house last night because Tukarok's 10 minutes from my house. But she was in my head going, pack your lunch. So I've packed a little bit of food. It's probably half empty because obviously it's the middle of winter. Not everyone wants to do markets. I don't know if it was a clever decision to not bring my marquee because it's very cloudy. And I don't know, I feel like I can feel a couple of little mild raindrops, but hopefully the sun comes out and it clears and it doesn't actually rain. It's a little bit dicey. So yeah, it started at 8, but it's very slow start, which is pretty common for, I reckon, for Victoria in winter. People have a little sleep in. I had a little look around. There's some good secondhand stalls, a couple of things I saw, but I'm not spending any money until I've made money. I don't know how this day's gonna go though. I've got slow market, not lots of money vibes. But hopefully the sun comes out and that changes. Funny story, I wanted to get some fake moss to put in that little tray for my little mini mushrooms, but I forgot. And then I just went 3 stalls down, there's a lady selling framed moss. So is that like destiny and fate or what?
I can't believe we're so close to everything.
I know!
Down the end and I go, shit, I'm here.
Look at that. Little 11:30 update. The sun has just come out. I did not get rained on, thank God. It's quiet. It's just starting to get a few people through now. I've sold $92 so far, which is not great, but it's fine. I've had heaps of good feedback. And I'm just sitting here getting heaps of design stuff done. So still having a productive work day, even though sales aren't as good as they could be. But yeah, lots of great feedback from the locals. They're asking me if I'm going to come back and do this regularly, which I probably will, depending on the weather. It's good though, because you can book it last minute and it's only $30. So, and it's 10 minutes down the road from home. Now, I know I wasn't going to buy food, but I ate my lunch for breakfast and I saw these giant pretzels this morning, and I've never had a giant pretzel before, and it was only $5. And the bakery people are having a slow day, so I'm supporting the local economy, okay? Damn it, it's that time again. 10 minutes till pack up. Some people have started packing up already. I just never pack up early because 1, I hate packing up and I just will avoid it until the very last second. And 2, you just never know. I've often had very last minute sales right at the end of an event. So, you know, you never know. It's been pretty quiet today, but I've sold a good selection of products. I've sold $139 so far with 10 minutes to go. You never know. Oh, hang on. I lie. I forgot to put something. I forgot. I sold one of my little originals for $20 on the clearance table. And he bought that for his wife, who is in a nursing home with dementia. So I thought that was really beautiful. He thought it might brighten her room up a bit. So yeah, we're up to $159. I've spent $7. No, I've spent $12 on food. $10 on moss, which was part of my display, but I was going to buy that anyway, so I don't think I need to include that. Okay, instead of packing up, I'm just going and spending my money. I just got this old man's beard for $10, which is actually a good deal. Do I need it? No, I've always wanted some, so I got it. And I also got my daughter, who's looking after the doggy today, this pen. It's like it's like a fidget pen, and she's in year 12. She's got ADHD, so this might be a nice, I don't know if you could even take this pen into an exam, probably not, but I think that's cute. She'll like that. Anyway, no more spending money, and I will do the market wrap up of how much I made and how much I spent after tomorrow, when I'm doing Akoonah Park Market, which is going to be a really rainy day tomorrow, so I'm I don't know how it's going to go. I'm inside, but it just stops people from going to markets when it's shit weather. So fingers crossed. But yeah, I only sold 159 here today, but it's got good potential. And this area is 10 minutes from my house. It's really busy in summer, so I think it'll be a good regular one for me to do. And for people that come every month, which a few of the people that bought stuff come every month. So for presents and stuff, once they know you're here, it's builds sort of, what's the word? Builds loyalty, and they'll be like, oh, I've got to get so-and-so a birthday present. I'll get her a mini vase or a whale or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go pack up now, fine. In the morning when I'm leaving for a market and my dog knows I'm going to leave her at home, she starts attacking my socks as I put them on. Don't you? Hey. It's okay, you stay home with Meg today. Winter market outfit. Okay, so I am all set up at the Akoonah Park Market in Berwick. I'm inside in shed number 4 here. There's a coffee van right here, very good. And I'm just right here. I use Square for FPOS like most people, but I have one of the big ones because I bought that when I had a pop-up shop. And these machines are about $400, but you get cheaper rates. They're all set up. They said in the email, like, strictly need to be set up by 7:30, but there's so many people still setting up and it's 10 past 8. No idea how today will go. There is quite a bit of imported stuff here, which is whatever, fine. But yeah, never know when that is the case, whether people are willing to pay higher prices for handmade products. So we'll see how it goes. There's so much yummy food here already. I can already see I'm going to be like having to restrain myself. And I did not pack my lunch today because I did not have a good night's sleep. It was hard to get up this morning. So I did have brekkie on the way. I just got Macca's and got a coffee from there. So I'm not counting that in markets expenses. So we haven't spent any money yet except for one coffee. Okay, 20 past 10 update. It's had some busy patches, but I have only sold $34 so far, and the store costs $50. It is a very dreary morning. Hopefully people are still coming after they have a nice sleep in, but we'll see. I'm getting lots of drawing done for my design that I need to send to print tomorrow, so that's good at least. It's just getting colder and colder though. Okay, I have good news and bad news. It's 11:30. I just sold enough to cover my stall fees. I'm up to $59, but it's fucking freezing here, and I decided I need to get something hot, so I just spent $12 on a chicken banh mi. So now I'm back in the red, but worth it. 1 o'clock update. I had a little busy touch, so I'm up to 164 in sales, which is surprising. A surprising little twist. One customer bought a little dish for 15 and a vase/mug for 35. So it doesn't take much to bump it up when you're selling higher price things, which is great. Okay, it's 10 minutes to go. They did say in the email, don't pack up before 1:30, but clearly this is one of those markets where that is a guide, not the rule, because people have definitely started packing up. I finished my design for my ceramic transfer paper. I'm very happy about that. Didn't have any more sales, however, there was a lady going to come back. She hasn't come back yet, so I might just leave the ceramics to last to pack up, but start packing up the stickers. And then next will be my market review from today and yesterday. So that was that. What a weekend. Now, I've left my little sales book at home, but I remember exactly how much I sold. So Tootgarook Market, I sold $159. It cost me $30. I spent $12 on food and $10 on moss, but I decided I wasn't going to include the moss because I needed to get that anyway. That means that comes to $117 profit, which, you know, isn't great, but I really like that market. We live in a tourist area, so it'll definitely be a great one for spring and summer. And I think I will do that as a monthly one if the weather's not awful and rainy. So the beauty of that one, you can book it quite last minute. However, because it's only $30, I'm actually wondering if I just book it for, you know, the next 6 months. And then if it's shit weather, I just don't turn up, or I message them obviously the day before and say, no, I can't make it. So I might do that. Then that way I would have a permanent stall spot, and I might actually ask for the stall that I was put in on Saturday, because that was a really good spot just near the entrance. So that's a definite thumbs up for me. I would highly recommend trying Tootgarook Market, regardless of what you sell, even if it's pre-loved, especially in the school holidays in September and the summer, because we get so busy down there. So that's a thumbs up for me, even though I didn't sell anywhere near as much as I would have liked to on Saturday. Sunday, Berwick Akoonah Park. I really wanted this market to do well so that I could go back regularly, and I'll tell you why. It was $50, which is pretty affordable. It's undercover. It's in a big shed, so semi-indoors. You still really felt the cold because they had the big open doors. But the tables were included as well. I rock up there and this massive long trestle table was included, and I just had to bring my stuff in. That for me is like amazing. And because it's a weekly market, most of the people inside the sheds, they actually go every single week, and they just leave their stuff there. So they just have to put a tarp or a sheet over their products. With my paper products, if I was to do that, I'd probably just have some tubs on the table and put my paper products in there so that they didn't get sort of, if it was really wet, cold outside, that they didn't sort of, you know, get warped from moisture. I really love the idea of just rocking up and pulling a sheet off the table and you're ready to go without even having to take products. That's amazing. But I really didn't sell enough to consider that. And even though it was really bad weather, I just think, I don't even know if I want to commit to a weekly Sunday market, you know? They did say that sometimes if people can't come, they'll just keep their store covered. And it's only an extra $5 or $10 a week to store your stuff there permanently. So that's really good. But yeah, I don't know that I would make enough at that one regularly to make it viable. So I probably won't do that on a regular basis. However, I think I will definitely try it again on a nicer day where the sun's out, maybe coming up towards Christmas probably would be a really good time to do it. I think adding in some more manufactured products that I'm not hand making. So I've got a lot of different stuff that's various price points that's easy for me to, sell and make and stuff. So yeah, I don't think I'll do that one regularly, but we'll definitely give it another go a couple of times, I reckon, for the rest of this year, just to compare closer to Christmas, also nicer weather days. But yeah, super easy one. If you have trouble physically setting up for markets and you really don't want to be outside, I feel like the Berwick one would be a really good one to go to because it's just so easy. Also, the ladies around me, that was their social thing. So if you're more looking for an actual social outing rather than to make lots of profit, it could be a great one for you. Markets, if you're sort of sitting at home by yourself a lot during the week, and then you just want to get out and chat to people, that's another good reason to do a market if you don't need to make lots of money. Like the lady next to me, she was retired and she's like, I'm happy if I make my stall fee back. And she just has a really nice time, talks to her other stallholder friends. So it's really sweet vibe there. So don't just go by what I'm saying as far as don't do them or do them, because it depends what you're doing them for. If you're doing them for fun and community and social interaction, then give them a go and see how you go. I think that one in particular has got a really nice, tight-knit community. The only thing you do have to be careful with sometimes when it's a weekly market and it's the same people every week can get a little bit negative. Some people, that one wasn't for me, but some people just like sit and bitch about the market organisers and stuff. I've been to other markets where stallholders just basically complain the whole time, and I felt like saying, what are you even doing this for? You obviously don't like the people that run the thing. So just be mindful of that. I mean, that's any industry. I feel like people, when they're getting together a lot, if a few negative people sort of influence the rest, it can change the energy, and you don't want that. So just be mindful of that if you do find a regular market to attend. So Akoonah Park, I sold $164. I actually did sell a few bigger pieces of pottery. Now, when I say bigger, I'm not meaning big, but like I sold one of these little vases that I sell for $35, which bumped my sales up a little bit, and I sold a couple of other things as well. So that one cost $50. I spent $12 on my lunch, and I also bought a coffee. So 164 minus 50 minus, let's just say 20, because that's how much I basically spent on coffee and food. So $94 profit, and I had to get up for that one. I was an hour away, so I had to get up at that one. I had to be leaving on the road by 5:30 a.m. because I wanted to get there at 6:30 with plenty of time to set up. Yeah, that's not great. But I had a lot of really cool interactions on that day too. A lot of people took cards. So, who knows? And Maxine, as I said at the start of this video, Maxine, one of my YouTube subscribers, came and said hi. It was so great to see her. Now, my next market vlog will be for this weekend. I'm doing the Rosebud Foreshore Market, which is like a trash and treasure market. So I'm just taking my pre-loved stuff. I'm not taking my handmade stuff. You can take handmade stuff. There is handmade. There's also like imported stuff. But for that one, I think I'm just going to take pre-loved because I really want to keep track of my stock levels for Finders Keepers, which is the next weekend. And before Finders Keepers market vlog, I'm actually doing a Finders Keepers prep vlog, which I'll be uploading probably mid next week as well, around the same time as I upload how I went at the Rosebud Foreshore this Sunday. Now, if the weather turns really bad, it's looking okay for Sunday so far, but if it turns bad, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, tomorrow and Saturday, I need to go through my house and my studio and find all of the pre-loved things that I'm ready to sell and get rid of super cheap. So if you're in Rosebud on Sunday, come say hi.